to my channel. I am Darlene, and I'm going to start today's live with a reading for my Scorpio viewers because I haven't had a chance to do that on a regular video this week. And then if anybody's interested, I will offer some mini reading slots, and we'll see what comes up for you good people. So let's see. What deck do we want to use for Scorpio today? And by the way, happy Memorial Day weekend. So I'm glad most of you get an extra day. I don't get a day off this weekend, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll get one this week. Let me see if I can pull myself up here 1 second so I can see your comments. If you two will cooperate. It's a beautiful day here, but I think it's getting ready to rain. Hey Trish, how you doing? How you doing? Well, why isn't it? Oh, YouTube, could you just make it easy? Okay, here we go. I think this is it. No, not going to be easy. I have to close it out and start again. Here we go. Okay. Hey Trish. Hey Trish. Hey Dylan. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, welcome. Welcome all. Let's see. So for my Scorpio people, I'm asking over here what decks. I think we'll do two sides, how you're feeling and how your person's feeling. Why don't we do that today? I know that's one of them. What other deck? What other deck, please? Okay. And then after I finish this, I need to make some room. If anybody wants a mini read, I will do that. I know I had one lady that was messaging me already, so hopefully she'll be here shortly. Okay, all right. So this deck will be for your person. I almost said divine masculine, like a twin flame reading, but we're not doing that. I was thinking today, Mish, about your comment. I'm going to get busy on that. I was making some mental notes today. Now I just need to capture them about doing a video on that. Okay, all right, let's get to going here. Hope everybody's had their hamburgers and hot dogs here in America, and you might hear some squealing and fun times over at the pool. I think the kids are over there. So, hey, Dylan. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. I'll put you on the list. I will put you on the list. And thank you very much. Okay. Well, yes, of course, rest in peace, Raphael. Amen, yes. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. I need to stop looking at that because I'll just want to get over there and chat with all of you. So if I don't greet you personally, my moderators are on top of that. They're fabulous, and I appreciate all of you being here. I'm going to get started on Scorpio's reading now. Okay, so what we'll ask is what the current feelings of Scorpio is about this relationship and their person. What are they currently thinking and feeling about their person? Whoever that is, whether you're in contact or not. Well, okay, we're starting off with a bang here. That clearly somebody's hurting. Let's see, how do you want me to receive those? My Scorpios are saying, I have had enough of this. I have had enough of this broken heart. I realize now that maybe my efforts have been wasted because this person, now remember, this is just how you're thinking and feeling right now. And if this is not your story, please, check out some of my other readings. My readings are timeless. It's just not your reading today. But many of you are saying, I am not going to invest my time and energy here anymore because this person, your person, I think you're getting a cold shoulder. You could be not talking to them, but at the very least, it feels cold. I mean, that's just what I get off that energy from that King of Swords in reverse. You've been hurt deeply. Now, when I get this card in the upright, like that is, it means you are currently hurting. And oftentimes, this can, not always, I was looking to see any other cards that might indicate a third party because sometimes that's what that means for me. I don't have any of those cards. So, doesn't mean that, of course. I'm trying to remember what reading did I do recently, and I had these cards come out almost just like these. The 10 and the 9 of Wands. The Strength card, and I will show you the card as I get into the reading. The 6 of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot in reverse, the Hangman. Yeah. You're putting the brakes on for sure, for sure. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're making sure. Okay. Gosh, this looks vaguely familiar to something was it last night? I don't know now. Yeah, you're at a crossroads. You're making a choice. You're making a choice in love, and I don't think it's the warm fuzzy. You're telling me because I had the King and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This couple, it's like a couple. These are often called the divorcee couple, even when they're in the upright. But in the reverse, these people are probably not talking, for starters. You're telling me, Scorpio, you want something new. You're ready for the new. Yep. Some of you may have been juggled and you're saying, no more, no más, no más. No más, por favor. No more juggling, please. Yeah, I think you're cutting off communications with this person. Even though, Scorpio, you do have feelings for this person. Don't tell me you don't. And besides which, you can't hurt this badly if you don't care about somebody. I think you've been sitting with this decision, this crossroads, this indecision, if you will, for a while. Kind of sitting with, at one time it made you happy. At one time you thought it was a wish come true and all that. But I think you've given up hope, to be honest. I think you've given up hope that this person is coming your way because maybe this person has just taken too long. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and he doesn't move fast when he's in the upright, much less when he's in the reverse. So, hey Jessica, good to see you too. I hope you rested well. So basically, just going through the cards here, the Ten of Swords, especially in the reverse, is saying, well, in the upright, it talks about burdens. This is heavy burden. You are tired, worn out, exhausted on many levels. And you're just saying, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to carry that burden anymore. I've decided I just don't. I think my time here may have been wasted. I'm not wanting to invest in this for the long term. And then as I spoke about this King of Swords in the reverse. Now, there's no gender in tarot. If I say he or she, that's just because that's what's on the card. Hey, Jay, I just see you're here. Just now seeing you're here. Well, I always appreciate your energy, whether it's for a minute or whatever you have to spare. Thank you, Jay. And as I said, a broken heart. The Nine of Wands talks... Now, this is the wounded warrior. He perseveres through thick and thin. He has fought. Every one of these wands represents a battle. And what you're telling me here, Scorpio, is yes, You have done that. You have hung on and clung on and fought and clawed and tried to make this work so many times. I feel like for the Scorpios I'm reading for, this is not the first time maybe that you've even broken up with this person and gotten back together. This feels like you've done this many times. But you're saying, it's time for me to be strong. It's time for me to I'm going to say the words that came to me was tame my lion, tame the lion, because that's what she's doing on this card. But really, it's like the message I'm getting with that is like taming your own inner demon. And when I say demon, sometimes when you're in a love relationship that's not working, it feels like there's a demon over here. It feels like that, like you're possessed or something. You know, it can be so all consuming emotionally and mentally. And so sometimes, in what you're telling me now is, no, I mean, look how chill she is. She's just very chill. I think you're summoning your strength again, Scorpio, because it's time. You want balance, you want fairness, you want a just and fair relationship, and you have not gotten it in this situation with this person. And you're telling me I'm not moving forward. My chariot is at a stop, but these horses, I think you're already taking them to the barn. And you've decided, no, I think I'm going to get over here in my little oasis, wherever that may be for you, and I'm going to take some time out. I'm going to focus now my energy on getting a new perspective in all the ways that I need to regarding love and relationships. Oh, Adia, you're here. Hey, Cherie, how are you tonight? Every time I say your name, my Siri goes off. Lights up. And again, you're just looking for a new opportunity here, Scorpio. That's what I'm seeing for you. Now, for those of you who might really want your person back, one of two things. Either this isn't your reading, or maybe you're still holding a secret hope that your person will come back and come correctly for you, or in the way that you want them to. Oh yeah, I also got just getting another message off this Justice card, because sometimes it can be karma. In the upright, it's good karma. And I think what it means for you is saying, I'm ready. I paid my dues. If there was a karmic debt here between me and this person, I have paid mine. All right. Loud and proud over here, Scorpio. Okay. Let me get to looking now. See what your person wants to say. How do they think and feel? How are they feeling and thinking about this relationship with you currently? How do they feel about you? Yeah, I have no cups over here on Scorpio's side. Cups represent emotion. Ooh, that's an interesting one to start out with. Oh, hey, well, Hawazen, thank you so much for the mini read. Again, I just read for you. Thank you so much. 7 of Swords. That is not a good start. Well, it depends on what other cards come out. We'll see. Let me write you down here on my list. All righty. Well, that can mean a number of things. At the bottom of the deck, they have the Chariot in the upright. I don't know, Scorpio. Let's see what else comes out before I speak, though. Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not greeting everybody personally, but a very warm welcome to my viewers tonight. I hope everybody's having a great holiday today. It's a beautiful day here. People have been out at the pool all day, enjoying the weather. All right, what else does your person want to say? Yeah, I'll bet. I'll show them to you in a second, guys, because I know you can't see all of these. Oh, y'all forgot to remind me, or maybe you did and I didn't see it, to post the mini read info. My bad. My bad. Is it not? You did it already? I did. Oh, Bish, thank you so much. Did you pin it, or do I need to go? I probably need to do that. I thank you so much. Sorry. My bad. The thing is, I copy and pasted already in queue to do that when the video comes on, and then by the time I greet everybody and go back, I guess I get timed out and I have to go back and find it again. That's just silly, but just take a second here. Okay, there we go. That should do it. All righty. So, let's see now what else your person wants to say. I will tell you. Now, this is not going to apply to everybody, because not everybody's person was deceptive or lied or cheated or whatever. But you have the Seven of Swords here, which is virtually what that means. A lot of readers call this the sneaky person. But your person knows that this behavior has caused unhappiness for him and for you, or him, her, whatever, for your partner. And that it's caused this missed opportunity, what she considers to be a missed opportunity. Ooh, okay. Yep. I think he or she most likely knows. Okay. Now, what's interesting here, that unless it's over here at the bottom, let me check the bottom of this deck. Nope. I do not have any cards like the Ten of Swords or the Death card in either of these readings, yours or theirs, that would indicate an actual ending. So, for some of you, you're dealing with this and you haven't officially ended it. For some of you, you may have ended it, and this is just sort of the aftermath here. But honestly, I just feel energetically like you're still connected to this person. And I say that because for two reasons. One, I feel it, and I do feel energy. And two, because it wouldn't be showing up like this. If you or them had gotten each other out of your energy field, this is not what would be showing up here. So, there's still a connection here between you two. Your person is telling me they have tried and they are trying to move on. They're trying to move on. That means basically moving to calmer waters, whatever that means, however you interpret that. However, they, unlike you over here, because the Hangman is in reverse, has not been able to really get a new perspective. They've not been able to surrender to this relationship, probably like you did. And again, you can make your own interpretation about what you think that is. Surrendering their heart, because it does fall right underneath this Nine of Cups in the reverse. That's probably why that Nine of Cups is in reverse. This means unhappiness, because they were not willing to surrender to, again, this new perspective, or whatever maybe changes needed to happen in this relationship, or just fully give their heart, or fully be vulnerable with you. But they're saying there's no communication right now, no movement. Now, your person, however, is now starting to get clarity. For a while, they spent a long time up in their heads like this, overthinking it, analysis paralysis. In the reverse, it's saying, but I'm coming out of that now. And I think I'm realizing what I've done. This is the, oh goodness, I woulda, shoulda, coulda. This is the Nine of Swords, just so you can see the upright. In the reverse, it means anxiety. Can be depression, sleepless nights, worrying about the situation. And what are they worrying about? Wow, what have I done? What have I done? Because they're realizing now that they're in love with you. There's no other way that I know of that I can read that. Unless they're saying, no, I've realized I'm going to fill my own cup of love. But it's not what I'm feeling. I think they realized, maybe for a few of you, I shouldn't say that. Maybe for a few of you they are. I might even clarify that to find out more. Because, and one of the reasons I said that, because they have this Knight of Pentacles in the upright. The Knight of Pentacles in the upright is very slow, but he is the one knight that actually gets to the destination. He gets to where he's going, and he's carrying a pentacle. What pentacle is he carrying? This one, the Ace of Pentacles. That he realizes in the beginning of this, his card, your person's cards over here, was a missed opportunity. And behind that, what I feel like he's saying here is, I realize I need to come, if I feel this way, I need to get on my horse and pick up that pentacle and do something about it. Instead of sitting here like this King of Swords in the reverse. You both have the King of Swords in the reverse. This is bitter feelings, angry, vindictive even toward each other. So you both have probably had some, fights and bad and ugly words and things that you probably wish you hadn't said and all that. And your person now is saying, no, I'm not. You're both, I think what's happening is digging your heels in. Your person is saying, no, I'm not giving my cup of love. But this can also mean, that this is the King of Cups in reverse. He can be saying, sometimes this energy is like overly emotional even, or I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable or available. So maybe your person is realizing that's where they went wrong. Now, what I don't have is any action cards here. I do have, this is a card of waiting, making plans, but waiting, not really doing anything, waiting. Because I feel like your person is, the energy I'm feeling, this is the Judgment card in reverse, is feeling like even if they came towards you, you would not want to entertain them. But she is thinking fondly on you, reminiscing, remembering old good memories. All right, well, give me, let's see, I need to make a little room here. All right. So So give me the bridging energy between these two, Spirit. Give me the bridging energy. What potential might come of this between these two for the future? Potential. Nothing is written in stone. Tarot readers are just pulling potentials. People have free will, so things can change, but we just pull potentials out of the quantum field for you. Let me see. Goodness, every one of those cards is in the reverse. My goodness. Now, this is when I ask for a potential like this in bridging energy. This can be either of you. It can be both of you. I'm going to read it as if it's both of you. You make that, you'll know how you feel about this. If this is not how you feel, then it's not, but it may be how your person feels. Y'all forgive me. I actually feel like I may be coming down with something, so. The Five of Cups in reverse. This is abandonment, being left out in the cold. And when it's in reverse, it's saying somebody wants to come in from that cold. I want to end this separation. I don't like being, or at the very least, I don't like being out here in the cold like this. However, I don't have clarity. I do not understand how in the world I'm going to come back, because the next card is also about someone returning, somebody who's walked away and now wants to come back. But I think that the problem is they don't know how. They don't know how. The Ace of Swords in reverse talks about a lack of clarity, sometimes a lack of truth. Because I realized, even though this is something that disappointed me in the past, I think I'd like to take another look at it. However, these last two cards, the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse, now I don't know who this is talking about, but queens and kings in my readings are generally people. So again, not about gender. But this person, I think, whoever's thinking about making this move or wants to come back, again, could be both of you, still has a bad attitude, I'm going to say that, or still maybe even thinking about things that were said back here, actions that were taken, because this queen represents somebody who's shallow, who's self-serving, who is materialistic, and in the reverse, she, to put it mildly, she has an attitude, and she can even be needy. So bear that in mind. And so therefore, the Page of Wands is saying, well, it's in the reverse. I think I'm just going to kick this can a little bit further down the road and not communicate and just procrastinate a little bit longer. I'm not, you could be saying I'm losing curiosity, or I'm losing, yeah, curiosity for what would happen if I went back. That is one possibility. But mainly it's saying, I just feel the energy here is procrastination. Like I'm not going to make a move. I'm not going to initiate contact. I'm just going to sit here and twiddle my wand here in the air. Twirl my wand in the air. And therefore, at this point in time, there is no reconciliation. That is the Judgment card in the reverse. But, and we had these cards before, same cards. But, even though I shuffled, your person or one of you is thinking about making a move. Not doing anything, thinking about it. What would that be like? If I made that move, would I be greeted with this kind of attitude, cold and cutting? Would that person be emotionally available for me or not? So I think I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to twirl my Page of Wands. I'm going to make plans and wait. I'm going to wait for my heart to heal. Because one of you, this is in the upright. This means it's very fresh. The other one is saying it's already happened, but I'm a little further along healing this than maybe one of you is further along than the other here. And then, once I heal, I will make a choice. I'll make a choice in love, and I will come and tell you how I feel. Yeah, but right now, I'm at a crossroads, and I'm just going to sit here and pretty much be frozen in indecision and do nothing because I'm feeling very weak about this. Unlike you, you have the Strength card in the upright. Now, I believe this is your person talking, but I don't know that, but I think it is. And so, therefore, it's like you guys are not moving forward, but nothing's happening. So it's like the cycle is just sitting there. It's not so much that it's repeating as just that there's no closure. There's no closure. As I said, I don't have cards of ending here. Well, I have this one. You want to put this 10 of Wands down. That's not my card of ending a relationship. So maybe you guys just had a fight. You just haven't had that makeup conversation yet. This difficulty, challenge, fight, whatever you're dealing with here, again, there's no closure there. There's no ending. Could have been about someone committing or wanting commitment and not getting it. And therefore, one of you just said, well, no, I'm not going to continue to give my feelings and love to that situation. And you may have felt like what was illuminated, shown light on, was that maybe that was never going to happen. That was a failed attempt at a relationship, the kind that you wanted anyway. And so what you're trying to manifest, remember this card I just showed you, is a way to put this down, a way to get past this very, very heavy burden and heal. And even though, of course, you're thinking back, it's hard to forget this person. It's hard not to think about them. Woo, all right, I'm going to stop there. So let me know, guys, for you Scorpios watching that, if that was resonating at all and how you feel about that. Let me know in the comments. Like even after the video is ended, comment and let me know if you're watching this in the replay, where you fall on this. And I guess sometimes these can be reversed. Typically, the way I do these, this is Scorpio and this is their person, but you never know if you've got Scorpio somewhere else in your chart. Anyway, let me know. That's what I have for my Scorpios today. I wish you much luck, everybody. I do. Because you know what? I know we don't want this guy back anymore. Let him take his swords and move on. Okay, guys. Phew. And I'm sorry I have not said hello to everybody. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Card Z. Yes, I love to support other tarot readers. So, you know, post your channel here in the comments. You have my permission. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. All right. Now, Dylan, I will be reading for Dylan next. So, Dylan, if you posted your question, it's way up there in the chat. Would you be so kind as to post it again for me, please? Thank you, guys, for the sweet compliments. Okay, thank you, Dylan. Oh, Mr. F, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. And then I'm sorry if you're going through that and you relate to that reading. I'm sorry, but he says your readings are so accurate. Thank you. All right, let's see what deck for Dylan. Nope. Okay. What deck for Dylan, please? We want to know what's happening in Dylan's love life, please. Please and thank you. My moderators, let me ask you, have you seen any comments from somebody named Gina? Her handle is @Gina something. She was communicating with me beforehand. So I didn't know if she was here, if she paid partially for a reading, and I told her, you know, I was going to be on, and she asked me what time, and so I didn't know if she had. I just wanted to put her on my list here if she had, and I didn't, and I missed it. Okay, thank you, Mish. Okay, so now we are asking about Dylan's love life. Let's see what's going on for you, Dylan. Dylan, when you ask kind of a general question and not a real specific one, just know that tarot may give me the backstory. So it may take a little bit of digging, but hang in here with me. Do you not want to talk? Oh, there's one. Okay, thank you. Well, that's the Star in reverse. That means hopes and wishes not coming true. That means you're healing from something. Being, you know, disappointed. And I see why. I see why. You could have been dealing with somebody, Dylan, that was playing mind games with you. This is a card of, now let me explain, because there's a lot of ways we can interpret this. The Five of Swords, excuse me, y'all, in reverse is sometimes somebody wanting to make amends. But it would be making amends from something that was, like, this is ego and pride and winning at all costs. Something that was, this person has used his swords to defeat these people, and he could care less if they're hurting or what the consequence was. In reverse, it means one or two things. Somebody is wanting to make amends, or occasionally it can mean you're caught in the fray of something where this happened, but by no fault of your own. In the upright, another meaning for this card is self-sabotage. So I don't know what that is talking about exactly, other than something that you have lost passion for, or someone, because this is a love reading, very possibly. I feel like this is talking about someone you've lost passion for, and you'd like to be released from it, or possibly you are going through this right now. This is saying that it's toxic. Whatever this is toxic. It's something that has held you back. Could literally be addictions, but it's some kind of a toxic energy that restricts you and keeps you from being the best version of yourself. Now, the good news is this is in reverse. That means you are being released from this, or that's what you want. I don't know where you are on the timeline here. In fact, you could weigh in on that. That'd be good. If this, just let me know if this is sounding like your story. And if this has already happened, or you're in the middle of it, or Yes. Okay. Thank you. So tell me what else, please. Thank you. All right. Well, again, I don't know who's who exactly, but I feel like this is you. So if it's not, please reverse it. Because what you're saying is now I'm either willing to put the work in to this situation, this love relationship, or maybe you're telling me I'm just going to focus on work now. This is the apprentice card, and they are working to perfect their craft, but when it's regarding a relationship, typically it means I'm willing to put the work in now because I see now, sorry, I hope I'm not getting sick. Since the Six of Pentacles talks about equal give and take, putting in equally, matching efforts, if you will. Let's see what else here. Whatever this was, and it very possibly could be a marriage or a long-time relationship, there's a lot of regret here and hurt and sadness. It could have involved some kind of deception. There could have been codependency. And again, if this is you, you're deciding, you're not decided yet. You are in the process of deciding if you want to put any more, if you want to fight for it again, in other words. Or do you want to put a wall up? And again, if this is not you, apply it to your person. This is the wounded warrior, and typically he says, no, I'm wounded and I'm weary, but he's holding a wand. I have one more fight left in me. Now, for me in a reading, when cards fall sideways, that means the energy of these cards is in transition. It's neither upright nor reversed. And so that's why I worded that like that. You're in the process of deciding if this is you. And it could be also you're in the process of deciding. This is a card of liberation. This is someone who's single and free to pursue. Again, busy working on her money. It's her in the card and on the card. But it's sideways. Because there was deception or something sneaky that went on here. And now someone is holding back their love, or could be that someone is emotionally unavailable or emotionally unstable even with this King of Cups. But I'll say again, there is remorse and regret, and the Four Wands to me is the marriage card. And so this, or a long-term relationship where you thought it was going to, you thought it's going to be your long-term relationship and it made you happy. But obviously things happen. You know, I don't have a tower here, but the Star card comes after the tower. So you've already had a tower moment. Towers are what, when things, there's a big upheaval, like, you know, a major life event. So I feel like that's already happened for you. And again, if this is not you, reverse the energy. But the Hermit card says, I'm pulling back. I'm going to go into my cave and I'm going to search for answers here. I'm going to search for insight here. I'm looking to be inspired about what to do and how to go forward here. Okay. Let me see what you're saying here. Thank you, Tessy, for the super chat. That's beautiful, Dylan. I like that. Yeah, that's exactly the energy of that Hermit card. That's exactly what that means. I'm pulling back. I'm retreating. I think all this has happened. I think that's what this is saying. This has all already happened. Is that accurate to say that what I've put out here so far, Dylan? That's really the best attitude. Work on yourself. Find happiness, you know, for yourself. Fill your own cup up, right? You're saying, yes, I know I've been in toxic cycles that I have let go of, and I'm not not looking for love. I'm pulling back my energy, and I'm focusing on me. It's not a bad place to be. There's so much focus on love, and you know, some people, well, most people in life, whether they do it or not, are best served by taking a time out from all of that. Just focusing on you, filling your own cup of love. I say that a lot here. Now, I would like to ask what's coming toward you, what might be coming toward you, but you said you're not focusing on love, so do you not want me to ask that? What else? Because you had a part 2 to your question. What was that second part, Dylan? Okay. Yes, you do want me to ask? Okay. Okay. Thank you. I kind of remembered that, but it gets crazier than that chat. And Tessy, I may have to get you to copy and paste your question again, because the chat moves so fast sometimes. So when I get to you in the readings, I'm doing Dylan, then I have one more, and then you're next. So we will get to that in a minute. Well, that's beautiful. We're taking those. Great. Thank you. Appreciate y'all being patient. I'm not a fast reader. I don't think it's a race. I just get there when I get there. All right, what's coming toward Dylan in love, please? What is coming toward Dylan in love? I don't always look at the bottom of the deck when I'm shuffling, but I couldn't help. That came around again. I could just sort of feel it. Well, Dylan, these are one question readings, so we'd have to, I've got other people waiting, so I can't do work and career also. This is actually your second question, but I'm throwing it in. That's why I called it part 2. And by the way, guys, I do private and personal, but private readings. And that link is pinned in the description box to my website. You can go there and check out my other offerings. Oh, goodness. What? Ooh, Lordy. Oh, goodness. I hope that's not, well, I'll tell you what's there in a minute. So, thank you. I appreciate you understanding, Dylan, because I promise you I'd be here all night. Okay. So I don't know if this particular, I want to say, you know, maybe you've got a little bit more of this conflict. For example, this could even be at work, but we asked, it's a love reading. So, like if you're at the end of going through your divorce proceedings or something, there might be a little bit more conflict that you've got to get past. And after that, because you're telling me because it's in the verse, it's like, I just want to, like you said, I just want to be that hermit. I want to go in the cave. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm over that. But once that's really done, you have a new cup of love. This is a new love, somebody new, somebody brand new coming in, some kind of a new offer in love. Ta-da! I mean, I've got two beautiful cards here of someone new coming into your life. Now, it's a woman in the card, but male or female, gender is not relevant. So whatever your preference is, but it represents somebody who is stable, she's dependable, she's an excellent nurturer, her money's good, she manages money well, she's the marrying kind, the settling down kind of person. So that's what you want. And you know what I think happens when this person comes? This. So, oh God, what do I do now? Do you know, it's like when you're least looking for something is when it can show up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're not looking, I'm just the hermit in my cave, and I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to take care of me, and I'm going to heal me, and you are so not interested, and guess what comes? And I think this is you. And that's that anxiety and stress, and oh God, what do I do now? I'm not ready for this. So this is just coming as a forewarning. Now, I'm almost don't want to tell you what's at the bottom of this deck, but I'm going to. I've got the World card in the reverse. Next to the Empress, I mean, it's not just one card, it's kind of the combination of these cards. This can talk about either something that you didn't have closure on, or a cycle repeating itself, or something that's not over. Basically, it's a cycle that's repeating, essentially is what it's saying. Now, I like that it's with the Empress in the upright, because this talks about expansion and creativity and nurturing. She's beautiful. She's all the queens rolled into one is who the Empress is. So I don't know who this is, but I don't have the quintessential card that talks about somebody from your past coming back. That would be a Six of Cups. So it's not in this little set of cards, but it almost feels like that because of these cards coming back. It's because I've got this Ten of Swords. Now this says one or two things. Somebody doesn't want something to end, or it's an ending. Someone is having trouble getting over, getting past. And you may have communication. Either you're reaching out or they're reaching out to you. This is the card of spying. All that means is they're maybe looking at your social media, your pictures, you know, whatever. And it could be this Queen of Wands in reverse. Wasn't she in the first part of your reading? Somebody that you were not willing to reconcile with? Or was that in the Scorpio reading? Can't remember now. Could have been somebody that you had a long-term relationship. Like if you're getting out of that, you're trying to move on from it. And maybe they're not. I don't know if this is them or you. But just a heads up. If that's somebody that you were in a previous relationship with, if that's not you, you might hear from your past person. Now, I'm just looking if I could read that any differently. The other way I could read it is, when this new offer comes in, the anxiety and stress that you feel from this could make you feel like, or could be the fears coming up in you that make you feel like you're repeating a cycle with someone that you thought was this empress. And, you know, all the other things still apply. An ending that you were trying to let go of and having a hard time letting go of, and all the rest of that. So that's a possibility. But you will know. This, however, is very positive. Just don't put yourself into a tailspin now with this when it happens. Just remind yourself this is something new. It's not the old thing, it's the new thing. This is new. And this is different than that Queen of Wands in reverse. This is somebody you'd want to partner with. Well, that's exciting. I'm very excited for you, Dylan. I like getting some good news for you. Yes, yes. Yes, something new, not repeating, and you're open to new. Amen. I hear you. Most of us are at that point right now. Go back and look at the Scorpio reading. Yes, indeed. Well, that's what I have for you, Dylan. I hope that was helpful, and thank you so much for purchasing a reading with me today. I appreciate you, and I'm wishing you lots of luck, although I don't think you need it. Your energy feels like you're chilling, you're taking time to heal, and that's the best thing you can do for yourself. So just continue to take good care of yourself, and don't stress yourself out when this new person comes in. Wishing you the best. I thought that's beautiful. And Dylan said, I'm open to the new and will be ready to give my all. I love that. Well, you are very welcome, and you have a great day too. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate you. Okay, so next is Hawazen. And if you would please, thank you, Dylan, post your question for me. And let me ask for my moderators. I have not noticed any PayPal notifications coming across, I don't think. I think it's just these two so far, unless I'm missing any. Have y'all noticed that? Or anybody commented about I paid on PayPal? If you happen to see that, please let me know, because I don't always see the notification come. Okay, gotcha. Makes you nervous. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I get that reaction a lot. Like, what's going? My moderators and I, we joke about that all the time. Especially when I do a Scorpio reading, because most of my moderators, actually, the majority of us are Scorpios, and we all kind of, oh, what's going? So. Okay, thank you. Just to check in. I didn't think I'd missed any. Thank you, Mish. Okay, white deck. Alrighty. We want to know, are you cards? Boy, you all water. Oh my goodness. I'm a double Scorpio, but my moon is in Aries, so that gives me a little fire. When you know what fire and water make, right? You know, you could argue the water puts out fire, but that's not. It's the other way around for me. Okay, let's see here. We're going to ask, why does this feel? That is so interesting. I am just making an observation. Hey, cards, answer this for me, because you said you do tarot. every deck has a personality. I know, mine do, and most card readers say that. But I've never thought of it in terms of masculine or feminine, but I'm starting to get that feel about a couple of my decks. Like, there's one I feel is, it just feels more masculine energy. I'm just curious if you've experienced that. Steamy, steamy, that's right. Exactly. Aquarius moon in Scorpio. So you're double Scorpio also, Kat. Awesome. Oh, yeah. I've had my last 3 relationships. My 30-year marriage, and then my next 8-year relationship, and then my next 4-year relationship was with an Aries. And it's because that's where my emotions lie. I mean, I connect on that level. Hey, Gloria, I'm doing very well today. Thank you. I am doing very well today. Okay, so what deck? I don't feel like that's quite the right deck for you. Yes, they do all read different. That's why I ask. Most readers notice, maybe they don't ask it out loud like I do, but most readers, you know, they feel drawn to a certain deck, and I do that. Just, I don't know, feels right. Anyway, okay. I was just curious. You could be Aries rising. Well, maybe. Have you not had your chart done? Yep, you could be. Oh, you've got a lot of Scorpios in here. That's good. I mean, that's what the title says. I get it. Okay, let me focus instead of being over there in the chat. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Hawazen, we want to know how your person is thinking and feeling right now. How is Hawazen's person thinking and feeling about the relationship right now? Like somebody here has dropped the ball, literally. You've had a tower moment. Like you said, you're not talking, right? Sorry, I forget y'all can't see the cards there. Dropping the ball, overwhelmed, you know, is another meaning of that. A tower moment is basically when the universe says things are not working right here. This situation is shaky. Let's throw a hand grenade in it, and then it can be built back on solid ground. That's effectively what a tower moment means. So, yeah, I could go on about that, but I won't. Now, your person is saying, I'm waiting patiently, or maybe not patiently, but I'm waiting. Y'all, excuse me, I do feel like I'm coming down with something. Oosh. But I'm not going to say that again. I don't want to give it any energy. So this is the merchant who's standing on the shore waiting for his ships to come in. He's making plans. Again, waiting for his ships to come in. Waiting. I just hear waiting. Waiting on an offer that's not being extended. So I don't know if that your person, I mean, I feel like this is your, yeah, we did ask your person. Or waiting, or maybe he's holding, he or she, I think it's a he. I believe in your previous reading you said that. You could be waiting, or this person could be waiting on an apology. That's not, I know a lot of readers get that from this card. I don't typically, that's more the Page of Cups for me. But I did hear that. Now, the biggest meaning of this for me is this is a student. And in reverse, this talks about learning lessons. In the reverse, it's saying whatever happened here, whatever this lesson was, somebody didn't learn it or needs to learn it and isn't quite there yet. So you're saying, yes. Yeah, yes. I knew it, she says. I knew it. I'm laughing because I'm just thinking of t-shirt titles. Every time I see y'all's comments, sometimes, oh, that'll be another t-shirt title, yeah. So what else does he want to talk about here? What else is he thinking and feeling? I'm glad you're still here hanging around with us, Dylan. And by the way, good people, there's a lot more of you here than I have likes. So be kind, please, and hit that like button for me. It's just a way of saying thank you to me for being here on this random Sunday afternoon. So I appreciate it. Helps my channel as well. You're saying, I knew he was wanting an apology. This no contact tells me he wants me to text him. Okay. All right. Yeah, I rarely ever, I'm not sure if I ever have gotten that. I know other readers do, but that's not my apology card. But I did hear that when I pulled the card. Oh, Gloria, that is so kind. Thank you, and you are most welcome. Well, I asked him how he feels, so I don't know if he's saying this is how he feels or this is how he feels about you. But the King of Swords here, he's chilly, to say the least. Let's tell the truth, cold. He can even be vindictive. He can be, you know, even in the upright, he's cutting out things that don't serve him. But in the reverse, he can be cold and even a bit ruthless. He's been thinking long and hard about this, and he's starting to get clarity. And it's interesting, this comes right under the Tower here. He's starting to get clarity about this conflict that you guys have had. Maybe starting to feel some remorse and regret about this, but let me keep pulling cards. Yes and yes. Okay. Okay. But he's not taking any action yet. Yep, and no communication. No, I'm not taking any action. I'm not allowing myself to explore any options, I mean, in terms of coming to you. As I just said in the previous reading, this can talk about procrastination. He feels like this is a failure. Whatever happened here, he feels like he failed. Now, that sometimes this card, can talk about somebody who wants a little more attention than they should. So I don't know if that's your person, but 9 times out of 10, this card represents something. In the upright, it talks about a victory. In the reverse, for me, it would talk about a failure. A failure in love. Now, he does have feelings for you. That look, this is the King of Cups. And how does he feel about you? He feels there is love there. There is love there, but there is no communication. And I don't feel like he's planning to make any. He knows there was injustice, a lack of justice. This can be karma, and it may, and I hate to always go there, but this is one of my strongest cards of third party. So he may, when these two cards come out together like this, the Justice in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse, this very likely talking about a third party. Now, third parties can be interfering family members. It can be a job. It can be a health issue. It can be distance. It can be a lot of things, but something that interfered here. Very possibly because somebody, I don't know if this is you or him, wanted to have it their way or the highway. This is the Emperor. He's an authority figure. Now, that could be that this third party could be this authority figure. Could be a boss or somebody's head of their family or something. But somebody here was trying to take charge, trying to control this situation. Let me see if you said something I missed up here. She's saying it's like you know him and everything you say. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. It's just reading the cards. Daniel, buenas noches. I started to say buenas tardes here, but it is, I guess it technically is almost noches there. Good evening. Damn hard way of showing it, haha. Yeah. Both of us probably, we're both wanting it our own way, no compromise. Well, there you go. And yet, yeah, well, I'm not going to speak on that. Let me see. What else? See if anything else wants to come out. Because as I said, to reiterate, I see no signs of him reaching out or communicating right now. Well, okay. Yeah. I think he's sorting this all out. Let me say it that way. He's trying to search for the truth in it, whatever his truth is versus your truth, and the real truth lies somewhere in the middle, as they say. But he doesn't have clarity yet. He's just not clear on how he needs to proceed forward. So he's just doing nothing. He's sitting here at this crossroads. Now, as I said that and I was shuffling these two cards, he is thinking about coming forward and offering you this cup of love. And now this is the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. This is making a love offer as well as some other kind of tangible offer. Can even be like bringing you a gift or something. So I have to say though, thinking about it, you know, I have kind of a deal, most readers do, with what cards mean what. And I know a lot of readers say that they're coming in because I've got these knights. I don't feel it that way. But, oh wait, okay. But he is missing you. He is thinking about you. Thinking about past memories. In fact, hard not to think about those past memories. And he may be spying on you. There's that, you know, star card in reverse. Yeah, he knows. He knows. So, you're saying, yeah, there's no sorting it. He can't come back from it. Ooh, the disrespect was too loud. Ooh-ish. And I think he knows that. And I don't always get that energy off of this card that I'm getting for you. I just feel somebody sitting here in perpetual indecision. Like most of the time, this is somebody trying to make a decision. It's not like they're frozen in indecision. But your person feels like they're really stuck there right now. Now, I am going to ask anything else or any other. I am right. Yeah. I'm going to ask if there's any, well, we know what he's thinking and feeling. And I don't think he's going to take any action, but anything else he wants to say to you? Can't take back what was said. Yeah, that's a hard one. Can't take back those words. Anything else? What would he like to say to you? What would he like to say to you? Sometimes, you know, we have to give ourselves closure in knowing that at least they know. They know. He knows. Oh, Lord. I'm going to wait to speak on that. For me to die. Oh, no, no. Ooh. I feel like, just not sure. This card can mean one or two things. Let me get one more, please. Please explain this, Chariot, please. One more. Okay. So this is looking like this is the loudest potential, I'll put it like that. This is the Chariot card. It is in the upright, and I wanted to get clarifiers because this can mean he's rushing in to come to talk to you, but I didn't feel that, and I wanted to confirm what I was feeling. It can mean I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving forward now, and I feel like that's what it's saying. Yes, I'm stressing about this, and I have stressed about this, and I've had sleepless nights about it. But I'm making a choice here. I'm making a decision. I'm going to make a choice now. This can be looking out, he's kind of looking out at the distant shores there. He's got a globe in his hand. Could be talking about travel sometimes or visiting foreign lands even. But I'm deciding it's time for me to put this burden down, this situation. This is heavy, I'm stressed, I'm exhausted, and it's time for me to put it down, and so I'm moving forward. I just want to check and see what's at the bottom of the deck. What am I moving on from? I'm moving on from the energy of this King of Wands in reverse, who is not a nice person, energy, where I've been up in my head and overthinking this, trying to come up with a solution or maybe explore a way to change this to something better. But he knows he would be greeted by this icy queen, meaning you. He may be deciding to focus on family or reconnect with family. But basically, I feel like he's saying, I'm moving on now. You're saying that would be good, best for all? Yeah, I feel like, but just so you know, this was stressful for this person. I mean, just look at the pictures here. It wasn't like a walk in the park, so your person did suffer too. Thank you, Ms. Mia Play. I appreciate that, Mia Plays. So that's what I have for you, Hawazen. I hope that was helpful. And thank you so much. I appreciate you buying another reading from me. Thank you. And I hope you will move on and find closure too and find something else to be happy about, right? Don't dwell on this. It'll just keep your energy low, and you won't be able to attract things that you'd want. Put it that way. You're saying, I don't want the aggression, that's all. Well, I don't blame you. Who would, right? Who would? My pleasure. You are very welcome. Again, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Sonia. Good evening. Well, early evening. Okay, Tessy. Tessy, would you be so kind as to post your question again? I know it was in the super chat box, but that's so far up there. I would be so grateful if you would do that. Thank you, Mish. Look, ready. Look, ready. Already got it in there. Ricardo, I am not doing any free readings on this live tonight. You are welcome, Tessy. Let me see. Sun, moon, I was born. Oh yes, love us 11/11s. Oh, are you kidding me? You were born on 11/11 at 10:10 p.m. Wow. And wait, 8/8. Oh my Lord, that's incredible. You're feeling blocked and stuck. I'm calling in and speaking positivity. Amen to that. But I'm being hit pretty hard by what feels dark and heavy. All right. Okay. Well, let me now. I am not an astrologer, so just have to say that. But, you know, we've got a lot of planets changing signs, and Pluto just went retrograde, which is our ruling planet. It stays retrograde about half of the year, so we're used to that. But Saturn is changing signs, and there's like several, well, was listening yesterday to an astrologer. All of the outer planets apparently are shifting. And for us water signs, we feel things. We feel things more than most signs do. And so I'm just tuning in, Tessy, and I think that may be part of what's going on for you. So you just, and more people are coming online with sensitivities that didn't have sensitivities or had latent sensitivities. And so you might be being affected by that as well. And I have a feeling that you are. Now, let's see. Let me find what deck wants to speak for Tessy. Okay. Let's see. Stephen saying yes. Or seven, sorry. All right. Tell me what's going on, please, with Tessy. Hang on, guys. Sorry, let me see. Hey, Tessy, I have no idea how old you are. I think, well, I think you're young, but anything's young to me as old as I am. But I have a weird question for you. Have you recently been to like a public venue where there were a lot of people, like a concert or something like that? So, yes, Tessy's saying I'm a singer. Okay. Every week. Yeah. All right, I'm going to pull some cards for you, but let me stay with what I'm feeling right now. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, Mish. I don't know what to tell you. You just never know. Okay. I really hesitate to do this in a public situation like I'm reading live here on YouTube, but I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. So I think you have picked up something like a hitchhiker, let's call it, for lack of a better word. You have picked up some energy that's attached itself to you. Now, I'm not saying that to scare you. Don't worry. It's cool. It's cool. But the reason I'm telling you is because I think you are becoming more sensitive, more intuitive, and so sometimes they particularly like more sensitive people. And like if you go into places like, you know, bars and things like that, there can be a lot of negative energy hanging out in there. And I think that's what's going on with you. So, Thank you, Wee. The point of this is, I would feel really good for you if you would start doing some kind of little protection ritual before you go to these places. Not only because of the energy that's there, but because there's a lot of people, and you, if you're a sensitive person, and I think you are, you're going to be absorbing their energy if you don't do that. Now, let me give you a little quickie here, not to make this about me, and I'm going to get into this more, but I mean, I'll pull some cards for you. I've been doing energy work and readings and that kind of thing for, I don't know, close to 35 years. And I have a protection ritual, and I have all that I do, and I know that I'm cool, and I wear things that are blessed, that protect me, and my beads and all that good stuff. So I'm not the least bit worried about it. However, even with all that protection in place, when I do these live readings, I am so drained when it's over. And it's not because I'm not protected. It's because higher energy flows to lower energy, and it just naturally, you want to give. And when you're giving, like you're giving your talent, just like I'm giving mine, it can be very draining. And the more people, the more draining it can be. I mean, I'm on here for 4.5 hours, more often than not. And there's sometimes like 10,000 people that scroll through this chat. Now, they're not all here at one time, obviously. But it's an energy thing is all I'm trying to convey to you. It's an energy thing. So I want you to start thinking about that in terms of how you navigate with your venues and your, your concerts and your engagements. So you can go online and do a search for protection rituals. There are some very simple ones that you can do, like just saying a simple prayer. But also, I would recommend you calling upon your guardian angel. Everybody has one. But you can also call upon them to protect you and to help you sustain your energy. So I highly recommend that. Cards, are you agreeing with what I'm saying here? Yeah, you feel that too? Good. Cards is also a reader. So it just feels like that's the majority of what's happening for you. Now, the next question you're going to ask me is, well, how do I get rid of this dark energy? And that's why I hesitated, because I do that, and I can do that, but so can you. Well, theoretically. So, hey, Kiana, good evening. How are you? I got 2 Kianas. No, that's right, just one, sorry. And hey, Kelly. Tessy's, well, there you go. I knew it. I could feel it. Tessy's saying, I am a psychic medium, and exactly what it feels like. I'm literally just started back on my sage and protective prayer that I lacked on for the last 6 months due to work being so demanding. Well, there you go. There you go, Tessy. So I guess maybe I don't need cards. Yeah, it does, and it feels like, now, if you are a psychic medium, then you know about protection, then you should also know how to get rid of this dark energy. And maybe you were just looking for confirmation today. That's cool, I get it. But there is something attached to you. And if you want help with that, my website's up there. You can shoot me an email, or Scorpio1111reads@gmail.com. But the thing is, if you don't address it, it's going to get stronger. And we don't want that. So, just think of anything else here that... You also, you have a band also. Do you just do, I'm seeing a band. Okay. And you have somebody in your band that's ill. I'm not sure if they know this yet, but they are. And testing, thank you. I'm amazing. You know, I get lucky. I just get lucky once in a while, Tessy. That's all. But you, I'm just getting a message about somebody in your band, so that's why I'm at, or somebody you, maybe you don't travel around with a band, but there's a group that you work with a lot. It's in a band, and I keep seeing this guy playing the drums. Do you know who I'm talking about here? Or could be somebody you used to play with, I don't know. You have 3 groups, you say. You work out, okay. Work with about 15 musicians regularly. I feel like this is a drummer. I feel like this is a drummer. He's not, he's an older probably than you are. I mean, he's not, I'm going to say he's in his 40s maybe. Kind of scraggly brown hair, chin length. Does this sound like somebody you know? Ah, I wonder. Miss, you wrote that on the drums? Yeah, you wrote that before I said it? Cool, love it. All the psychs are in the house. And Mish is very intuitive also, Tessie, and that's why she's writing that to confirm what I'm seeing. Yeah, it feels like, and I guess it could be your dad, yeah. It could be. I am seeing that. There's some health. So if he's, you know, it feels like he's just feeling kind of run down. He doesn't know what's going on, but I'm hearing maybe get him to go get a checkup because there's something going on, and hopefully you can catch something early enough that it won't be a big deal. So I'd highly recommend that. Just seeing if there's anything else. Anything else? Miss, you're saying seeing him too, dark guy. Okay. You are very, very welcome. I'm just asking if there's anything else for you. Hey, Tessy, is your grandmother passed? Misha's saying something hurts in him and he isn't telling anyone. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of him being very stoic as well, Mish. Yeah. Okay, she's my guardian angel. I just wanted to confirm that because I'm feeling her here. So I didn't know if you knew that, and I wanted to confirm that for you. So yes. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, she loves you to pieces. She actually loves going with you. She actually loves the music part of your life. I don't know, maybe she was into music, I don't know, but it's more like, what I'm feeling is more like, she never got to do that kind of thing like you're doing. She never got to do that, and it's like a whole world she's enjoying through you, or something like that. That's what it feels like. So I don't know if you understand that, but anyway, yeah, she's here. Margaret Jane is her name. She didn't. She was a WW2 wife and mother. Oh my God, 12. Wow. Yeah, she had no time to breathe, much less anything else. Well, she's showing me just like, it's cute, sweet. Like, I've been let out of prison, and now I'm kicking my heels up, and I'm going around. I'm going with these places with you, and I am enjoying it and having fun. And very much like that is the energy she's giving me. She told my mom when I was a kid that still waters run deep in Tessy. Oh, and she knew. Yeah, she knew. She knew what you were going to, what and how you were going to be, right? She deserves it. Yes, she does. So good. I'm glad you could get that message today. Anything else? I think that's it, Tessy. They're pulling the energy back now, but that's it. I hope that helps, darling. Did you want me to still pull cards for you, or was that the main thing you wanted to know about today, was about the energy? Oh, awesome. You are so very welcome. My pleasure. Glad to do it. Glad to do it. Just, you know, share my channel. Pass me on, you know. Tell people I'm here. That's what I appreciate. Okay, awesome. Tessy, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I'd love to do a private for you. That'd be awesome. Yep, that's my website link, darlene.info. Not that hard. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you again for your reading, for purchasing and reading. I appreciate you being here, Tessy. And get your dad to the doctor. Get your daddy to the doctor. And do your protection things and all that good stuff. So, all right, excellent. Okay, guys, well, unless anybody else has bought a reading I'm not aware of, I'm caught up. Moderators, I think, question mark. What was incredible, Mish? Did I miss something in the conversation? Oh, hello, Vivian in Germany. That's awesome. Paula, welcome. Amy, welcome. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay. Question, Lady Mish. What's your question? Ask away. Oh my God, thank you, Cordy. That's so very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. And really, you're welcome to share your channel here if you'd like, and I will support you as well. Like I said, I like to pass the love. We're all here, you know, trying to help the world. Oh, goodness. Okay. Misha's loading up her questions. Misha's so sweet. I love her. She's my adopted daughter. Not technically, not legally, but we're getting to know each other, and she's got great questions, and she challenges me, but in a good way, And in the meantime, you guys get to listen and hopefully learn some stuff. So let's see what she's got for me today. Because we talk about stuff here. I'm not just doing readings. We talk about all kinds of esoteric, metaphysical stuff, and, you know, just keep it interesting, I like to think. Oh, Lord. She said, okay, bear with me. There's a few questions. Uh-oh. Do I need to take notes? Do I need a pad? And take you a while to type it, right? I know that's irritating when they cut your comment off in the middle of the, because it only gives you so many characters. Well, I'm not sure how to answer that. One second. Hang on a minute. Jennifer, got you. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to write this down while I had it there. Jennifer has just purchased a reading. Hey, Akbar. That was you, Dana? Okay, great. Do you want me to call you Jennifer or Dana? Perfect. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Thank you, Akbar. Okay, awesome, awesome. So I'm trying to get to the crux of your question because I almost feel like I need to pull cards on that question. And that's why I'm trying to understand. I want to be clear of what you're asking. So if I'm understanding you, Mish, wait, let me see, you wrote one more. Well, let me comment on that because too late, Mish, because, and I'm not trying to be a downer, but it is the Scorpio mantle you wear. If you're a Scorpio, it's part of what you do here. You came in and agreed to be a Scorpio. You came in to create transformation, not just for yourself, but everybody in your life. So it's kind of your job as a soul when you're a Scorpio. Like it or not, you don't do it. You don't come into people's life with that intention. You just show up and stuff starts happening. So let me just say that right now too. So when you're talking about holding that mirror up, it kind of goes with the territory being a Scorpio, but I know what you're saying. Dana, thank you for posting your question. Now, I'm answering Mish on something, and when I get done, I may have to get you to post that again because it may get lost, but bear with me here. So, Mish, I know you're here. Probably typing, yes. Let's see. Yes, I hold that mirror and have so much history on that. I know you do. And you do that for everyone, yes. This feels a little uncomfortable because I'm triggered to change, which I think triggers him to change. Well, that's a statement, not a question. And what you're telling, you already know the answer. Because, and I'm not being flippant with you, I'm really not. When you're triggered, that is your telltale sign. That's the wound you need to work on. That's one of the things you need to work on. So I feel like I need to say, Mish, that I think you're evolving, you're ascending into this new version of you. You may well going to be doing some work, some spiritual work, and you need to get some of these things healed, like you're on a fast track, if you know what I mean. And so if there's something that's being triggered, yeah, you know you need to, I mean, you know this. Why am I saying this to you? You already know this. The wound, but right, it comes back to that. It comes back to that. You have to be strong to do this work. And if you're not, and I'm not saying you're going to do exactly what I do, but it wouldn't surprise me. You have to be internally strong. Because you watch other tarot readers and you see how sometimes they go off and they do, you know, it's because they don't have that internal strength. They let themselves get triggered over and over again. So best you do it now. Best you get that inner strength now. So I feel like Spirit's kind of just putting you through the fire, you know, that sword in the fire thing. It is coming fast, and I'm feeling it for you. I didn't just say that. I'm feeling it. It's what's going on for you. You're kind of on this fast track right now. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yes, I do. I'm thinking of how to answer you best. You know, last night in the live, we were talking about work is longer than life, and we're talking about going up to the, everybody wants to go to, go to the mountaintop and ascend. But most people want to stay on the mountaintop. But it's the real spiritual warriors that know that's not where the learning is. You got to come down off that mountaintop and you got to live in the world, because everyday life is your spiritual training ground. That's what I was saying on the live last night. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. That's the energy I'm feeling around you right now. My apologies, y'all. I feel like I'm getting something. Eesh. So, and I don't know if I think I've shared this with you before, but I'll just say it again. For every way you better yourself, for every bit that you grow, for every bit that you ascend, it takes something bigger to trigger you so that you'll heal more. Because there's no resting on your laurels when it comes to spiritual work. Let me finish this thought and then I'll read your comment. And so I'm trying to tell you as nicely as I can that it kind of goes with the territory. And it's on purpose. Spirit's trying to get you used to sort of just rolling with that and going with the flow and being okay with it, and, you know, as best you can. It's not that we're immune. Of course we're not immune. But it's all for the purpose of building your inner strength so that you're prepared for what's coming for you. Now let me read your question here, and I'm going to come back to your twin flame question. Yeah, something bigger. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit about vibration. And Jennifer, thank you for being patient. I think there are people out there that might benefit from this. So Mish suggested that I do a video about twin flames, and I will do that. However, I'm not an expert, don't pretend to be, but I'll share with you what I do know. And I have been on a journey with my twin flame for 4 years now. It is not for the faint of heart. And one of the misconceptions is that it is a journey about two souls coming together and reuniting and coming together in union. And to be honest, I've never taken a poll on this, but I would probably say less times than not, more times than not, twins don't actually end up in union. That's not the purpose in your life with a twin flame. The purpose is to cause you to grow. The purpose is to trigger you. I mean, that is the purpose, to trigger you. There is a wound in you or something that you need to heal that only that person can touch in you, that only that person can shine the light on in you. That's what a twin flame does. And you do that for them. Most of the time, it has to do with your self-worth. For the chaser, which I think you are the chaser in this case, and then there's a runner. There's a dynamic, a runner and chaser dynamic. Typically, the divine feminine is the chaser and the divine masculine. And this is not about gender, by the way, because a man could be the divine feminine and he could be the chaser. It's not about that. But you, I'm feeling, are, in this case, the divine feminine, and you assume in the beginning the role of the divine feminine. Now, these roles change, but again, I'm not going to spend 30 minutes talking about a twin flame journey here. I will do a video on it. But essentially, it is challenging you to love yourself to the point where it doesn't matter if that person comes or not. It doesn't matter. And the other thing, typically twins have very similar trauma wounds. And you could say you're trauma bonding, whatever. I'm not a psychologist. But it's just that you're better able to mirror and trigger each other because you share these similar wounds. Typically, you come from similar backgrounds in childhood, like you had trauma or abandonment or some of those issues in your childhood. Let me see what your comment here is. You couldn't find this online specifically? Well, here I go, being different again. I'm triggered and pushed to move and heal, but also moving to help others. Well, I'm coming to that. Hang on. To others eventually at a higher level. I guess I just want confirmation I'm a twin flame situation or just helping. Here's the thing. The reason you need, besides your twin flame coming to trigger you to heal in a way that only they can, there's stages in the twin flame relationship, and one of the stages is when you finally say, okay, I'm done. You throw your hands up and you move on, and blah, blah, blah. But in that process, both of you find your life purpose. Do we need to say that again? Both of you, through this journey of healing, through your searching for either techniques or answers or healing modalities or whatever it is that comes to you or you feel drawn to in the process of this back and forth with your twin, you get to a point where you are suddenly drawn to something that is a life purpose that you need to do. And when you get aligned with that, and when your twin gets aligned with that, then and only then really is when union is possible. And most of the time, the chaser, the divine feminine, is way ahead of the masculine, and sometimes they just give up and say, okay, I've had enough of that. I just don't want to do that anymore. I found my, and you start pouring yourself into your purpose, your new purpose, your newfound passion, whatever that is for you. And you then kind of forget that. And to tell my story, that's why I'm here on YouTube. He's the reason I started picking up tarot cards. I've been doing readings, y'all hear me say here all the time, I've been doing readings for 30 plus years, but I never picked up a tarot deck. And one day I thought, well, I'm too close to this situation. How can I get answers? And that's when I started learning about tarot. Here I am. So I feel like that I am now living my purpose more boldly, more publicly than I was before, whatever. But I'm aligning now, and I think I have gotten to the point where if I never see him again, I'm okay with that. I'm able to give myself closure, whatever. Now, I don't think he's there. He's got to go through his own thing. But back to this, what you're talking about, that I think is what you could be experiencing. So I cannot answer the question of if this person is your twin flame or not. I mean, I could pull some cards and all that, but it's just like, and there are these things called false, there you get the right word, false twin flames. You'll have to discern that for yourself. But what I can tell you, it's a relationship like no other. It's an attraction and a pull like none other you've ever felt. And I've been married and had a lot of long-term, or let me restate that. I've had a lot of relationships at my ripe age. And this one is different than any one I've ever been in. And that's saying a lot. There is a pull that you cannot explain. There is a telepathy between these two people. There is, the passion is off the charts. It's like, and there is typically unconditional love. No matter what stupid behavior one of you do, the other one, you still can't you still love them. You don't approve of what they did, and it may hurt you, but there is an otherworldly forgiveness capacity and otherworldly love that you have for this person, that you would have never put up with this, or you would have never been able to get to that kind of forgiveness or capacity to love unconditionally in any of your other relationships. Those kind of things is what sets it apart. But the whole business I'm trying to conclude is about the twin flame is because it drives you, if you will, or pulls you, or pushes you to a life purpose, hence what you're just talking about here. So it's possible that he is your twin flame. Excuse me. Good, because you're saying yes, whether or not he comes, you enjoy the process. Amen. You've been learning all about how to fill your own cup. Yes, yes, yes. And you're focusing, you're doing everything you should be doing. Absolutely. Amazing testimony. That's why I'm asking. Oh. Yeah, exactly. You've been married and never been through this, and it's just different. And people think you're crazy. If you try to tell them, they think you're nuts. They think you're insane. You've lost your mind. Well, if this person did that to you, what do you mean you still love them? You're saying, as I do my homework, these things are popping up for me on my end. I want to deal with whether fear or insecurity, etc. It's all got to go so I can walk my life purpose. Well, amen. Amen, sister. Preach it. My goodness. Oh, look now. Okay, Alyssa's saying she's in a twin flame situation too. It is not easy, is it, Alyssa? No, I didn't know immediately, but I started searching for answers because I knew it was different. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't understand it. Y'all don't understand. This man, here's what I've not shared with you guys. You know he's from another culture. Do you know that he speaks another language that I don't speak? And I speak a language that we literally do not speak the same language. He doesn't speak English and I don't speak Spanish. And yet 4 years, here we are. That's insane. So, yeah, it's like nothing, you can't put it into words. And people, unless you've been in it, you would not understand it. So don't expect people to understand it, Nish. Hey, William and Acid Monk, how are y'all tonight? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Alicia. I mean, unless that makes you happy, in which case, then, carry on. So, Mish, does that help a little bit? I mean, again, you'll have to kind of, anyway, to answer your question. So, no, I didn't know, but I started doing some digging, trying to figure out what it was about, and Spirit, I guess, brought me, aligned me with some videos, and I started, and I'd never, I guess I'd heard the phrase twin flame, but never really knew what it was about. And so I started trying to educate myself about it, and the more I learned, the more the, bells kept dinging, and okay, well, that's that, and that, and all the things. I mean, you would never, if you put us in a room together, you'd never think that these two people would, you just wouldn't, your brain would not make sense of it, and yet here we are. Dylan is saying, intuitive forgiveness can always be given, and there is always a way forward and a solution, every mistake and every problem, and there is always a story behind every mask, and it's the yes, and it's the reader that can have compassion and understanding and giving forgiveness. Well said, Dylan. And I do believe, I learned this, gosh, I don't know, 25 years ago, or earlier in my when I created a private practice and I was working with people doing readings and energy work and healing work, essentially. And I was doing some of my own healing work. And the big aha for me was, and I won't go into the details, but I had a regression and I went back and I discovered something about myself. And and you know, you try to reconcile, gosh, why did that happen? And make sense of it. But what was given to me, what Spirit gave me was, and because I didn't know where I was going, I didn't know I was going to be doing all this stuff, but the message I got was, you went through that. Your soul chose to go through that because now and going forward, you can go to a place with people in a compassionate, loving way that you never could have gone to had you not gone through that yourself personally. And I see now in hindsight how absolutely true that is. So that made it not only make sense, but that made it justified, I guess, the means to an end or whatever, and helped me to have acceptance for it anyway. That's true, Acid Monk. It can be difficult. Well, I certainly, I was trying not to say that, but that's what I'm feeling, Mish. I think you will be doing this kind of work. I do. Heck, I wish we were physically closer. I have so much I could share with you. I'll do what I can from here. Right now, though, my recommendation is, and I know your cards have told you this before, get through this situation with your marriage. Get that behind you. That's consuming a lot of your energy, and you need to get that healed, and then we can start exploring more things. And you can't, but I think you remember me saying that. I know. It's like carnage behind us. I know it. I know it. Well, that's right. You just keep, it's not how many times you fall down. It's how many times you get up that matters. Yeah, I thought I remembered you were in Florida. I know Adia is there. She's in Orlando, I think. Not that far. Well, Misha, I hope that helps. And I'm going to move on to Jennifer's reading now. We'll see if we have time maybe for another one, your questions afterwards. But let me do Jennifer's reading. So, Jennifer, would you post your question for me, please? Well, I can't imagine juggling both of those, Mish, honestly. Jeez. I can't imagine. Thank goodness I wasn't doing that when I met him. Cherie, I hope I did not give you the missed impression that how do I want to say this? That because you're a moderator, you get free readings. Sometimes I do that. When, like Misha's, and I know that sounded like a personal reading for Mish, but the kind of questions she asked, it benefits everybody. Everybody here was listening and learning about twin flames. They were learning about spiritual journeys and all of that. So I hope that I didn't give you the wrong impression that just because you were a moderator that you get free readings all the time. I didn't mean to do that. And I'm not saying I won't ever do that. The way that it works for me, I'm a Scorpio, so the way that it works for me, and Scorpios will understand this, when you come into a Scorpio's life, and y'all can give me a thumbs up or an amen in the comments, you need to earn their trust, and you need to earn their loyalty. Now, they are extremely loyal people, extremely to a fault, loyal to the people that are in their inner circle, okay? but they don't let everybody in that inner circle. So this is friends, this is lovers, this is generally speaking how Scorpios are. So I watch my moderators and I see how they are in the chat. And if they are as loyal to me over time, then yes, I give them things. I do. So I just want you to know that's how I'm working here, how I operate. And so you kind of get to know me too. Thank you, Paul. Do my managers think my work is good? Is my job safe? And there has been some recent changes. Okay, we will. Cards is saying, preaching to the choir. Yes, yes. About Scorpios or in loyalty. Is that what you mean, Cardsy? Maureen is also a double Scorpio. Love it. Boy, my God, all Scorpios in here. So you know then, Cherie, you know about Scorpios, yep. Kind of have to earn our trust. Or sometimes I don't know, maybe we give it, but then it takes a while to, it's like you're on probation. People are on probation with us, right? My best friend, you're a Scorpio too, Jennifer. My best friend jokes, now we've been friends, God, 30 years, and she joked, she said, I had to chase you for 2 years to be my friend before you let me in. All right, I just want to word this correctly for you, Jennifer. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. My back's still a little sore from my Murph challenge. At least my knee's better. All right, I want to ask for Jennifer, a.k.a. Dana. Do her managers think her work is good? We're going to ask some yes and no questions, and then we'll get a little reading off of this. So, do her managers think her work is good? Well, that's weird. What's clear to them is that you seem to love what you do. And that you are not a person that causes conflict. You don't like that. I would say you're probably not one of those people that, gossips and, all that office stuff that we don't like. Now, another way I can read this is they might not think that you're 100%, but they really love what you do. They really love you. They like you because you don't create conflict in the workplace. You keep it to yourself. You keep it to yourself. And you speak with clarity. And you do things, you take care of things. This is a Chariot card. It means fast movement, taking care of business. You are determined and focused. Okay, I like that. Now let me see part 2 of your question there was, is your job safe? Let's ask that. Is your job safe? Is your job safe? Yeah, you really don't. I know I can feel that. You just want peace. Amen. Just a second, y'all. Oh, I was just about to do that. Okay. Yes, I do believe in Jesus. Why they think tarot readers don't ever believe in Jesus, I do not know. Y'all just don't know a thing about tarot. That's just your loss. Now, why is that here? I didn't ask the question yet. I will reserve judgment. All right, now we're going to ask. That deck? No, don't want me to change decks. Okay. Okay. Is your job safe? It's not how we do this. Hang on. They're just additions to the message. You may be faced with a choice soon. So the answer may be, there are things going on. There are things going on behind the scenes. The Lover's card is a choice, so you may be faced with a choice. The Hangman, you may feel stuck, or you may feel like, gee, I gotta think about this differently, whatever this is coming up for you. Because I don't... This is the sneaky card. So there, you know, this might be saying that your bosses, things that are sneaking around behind. Yeah, like, you know, if there was a takeover, or the company was being sold, or the department was being shut down, or you were getting ready to be moved, or if there was a downsizing, any of those things could feel like this Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and it may leave you a bit confused. Yeah, like you're gonna... I heard the word shaken. This is the Six of Pentacles in reverse, so like you're I heard blindsided. That has nothing to do with Six of Pentacles, but it means things that are not equal and people giving equally. And then I got the Chariot. Now, this is fast-moving energy. So whatever is going to happen here, when it happens, it's going to happen fast. Now, let me see these other cards that fell out here. Okay. I need more, please. Let me see. 1 second here. Now, the Devil card flew out of this other deck. This talks about things that are toxic. So your work environment may be toxic for you in one way or another. It also talks about restrictions, things that hold you back, addictions. So maybe this job, you may not know it, maybe it's actually holding you back. They've had some turmoil and toxicity outside of me. I try to stay out of it. Yep. Yep. I think you should. All right. Now I want to understand this a little bit better. So let me show you the cards. You've got the Star and the Tower. And it's the Death card, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I think there is a shakeup coming of some kind. And it's going to change things. However, the Tower with the Star card lends me to say, or lends me to believe, because usually the Tower happens first and then the Star. The Tower happens first and then the Star card comes out saying, you know, it's like after a big storm and you go outside and the air is so clean and you can see the stars, and this is saying have hope. There's healing. This also talks about healing after the Tower card. Now, it is interesting, the Star card came out before the Tower, so I'm just checking in to see if that is significant. You also have this Death card, which to me, yes, it can be endings, but it's endings so there can be new, better beginnings. It talks about transformation. So whatever's happening here, I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise for you, Jennifer. Now, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but he perseveres. This is in reverse. So this is telling me you might not want to stay here. You might not want to keep fighting. You might not want to keep working here. I mean, that's a pretty straightforward message there. And Spirit is saying, but you have talents. You're a survivor. You're confident. You have skills like this Queen of Wands. And you may have been kind of hermiting yourself in this situation, or this could be after something that happens. Yeah, it could. Or maybe you're trying to hide from everybody so they can't find you with this when this happens. Because there is an ending here. This is my #1 card of an ending. But look, this is beautiful. It's backing up what I was feeling, because after this ending, look what comes. The Ace. This is a brand new passionate beginning of some kind. The universe bringing you something that you feel passionate about, something new and exciting. Yes. After you've taken some time off to heal from whatever this conflict is that this Tower is bringing in. You may feel a bit manipulated when this happens. You might. And you also may question whether or not you have the skills to recover from this. Yeah, because it might ding your money a little bit. But look, it might just be this is the Queen of Swords, and she cuts out things that don't serve her. She tolerates no BS. She's got her sword at the ready, which upright means I'm open to communication. Let's talk. See, her hand is out, but she's got her sword. So she's ready to fight any battle she needs to. And she sees things with clarity. She's a good communicator. But she has her hand extended, like, come before me and state your case. Tell me the story, right? So I feel like, let's see, they've had some turmoil, Tessy, outside of me, and I said yes, and you said yes. I've been in total hermit. Yeah, because that felt more like it was already happening, not as a result of this. Thank you for confirming that. I was wondering if I should fight back if they blindsided me. I get the feeling this is a blessing in disguise for you, though, Jennifer. I do. I mean, I can ask, but I kind of feel it's. Let me just put these back here. Hey, Crow, you're with us again. Good to have you back. I heard the call. Good evening, Mama Darlene, and hello, everyone. I love it. Mama Darlene, Mama D. That's right. I'm not Miss Chloe. I'm Mama D. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. So why don't we ask what kind of advice we have for you? What deck? Give me some advice, please, for Jennifer on this situation. You had a feeling it's been bothering me. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. And I have to tell you, I was kind of surprised. That is not what I expected to come out at all. But, you know, that's what you get for having expectations. All right. What is the advice for Dana when this shakeup happens? Now, bear in mind, I mean, Dana, Jennifer, bear in mind, you know, there was an ending, but that doesn't mean necessarily you're going to lose your job. That could be an ending to a position, an ending to a department, an ending to conflict, an ending to something that maybe you're glad to see the backside of. So I just want to be clear. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get fired from your job. Particularly with that one, because the Ten of Swords to me is death by 1,000 cuts. It's things that you've been suffering for a while, and then finally that 10th sword puts an end to it. Okay, give me more advice, please, for Jennifer here on what to do going forward. Yeah, good. I'm glad that's a relief. You know, shakeups can be good. There are good tower moments. You've been holding up a lot. Yeah, holding back a lot. Yeah. It's almost like you have a sense, sixth sense to protect yourself. Like you feel something coming. Is that right? That's what I'm feeling you feel. Obviously, you're asking me to do a reading for you on it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. We have the Five of Swords. This is caution. This talks about self-sabotage, mind games. So I ask advice. Don't do this. Don't do this. Do this. Don't go start overthinking everything and sabotaging yourself, all this negative thinking and worrying and all that good stuff. Don't do that. Be like the King of Swords. Look, he's about as chill as it gets. The King of Swords is, you know, a brilliant communicator. He's clear. He has clarity about what he wants. He's truthful. He doesn't tolerate nonsense, you know, but he's also very wise. I mean, and I love the artwork in this deck because there's an owl here. Owls represent a lot of things, but wisdom is one. And there's Mr. Crow up there. Communication. So he sees the truth of the situation, and he knows his truth of the situation. And he's confident, and he is judicious. And he doesn't give up hope. He knows that no matter what happens, he has the skills to continue pointing himself at his wishes and his dreams. You may feel a bit overwhelmed, like you're juggling too much, however that may look. You know, it could be you're still doing your job and doing your new job or something like that. Who knows? But you're going to make a good choice. You're going to make a good choice here. You're going to choose to move forward with something you love, or it's telling you to make a choice to move towards something that you love. Because this is going to be transformational for you. This ending is going to cause a transformation. Change. Yes, it is. And it may mean that because you won't be collaborating in the same way in this job or with these people, There may be some fallout from this, like karma, for example. It could also be saying because this was not a very enlightened place for you to be. But you're going to keep working on yourself and keep putting in the work and doing what's expected of you. Even though there's things that need balancing yet, it's asking you to just keep on keeping on, right? You just keep putting in the work. Keep on keeping on here. Let me see. Did I miss any comments? Absolutely. And okay, good. Oh, thank you, Drip. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm doing very well today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking. Hope you are as well. I'm just asking, is anything else? Any other advice? Oops, wrong way. My bad. My bad. Anything else you want to tell Jennifer here? Pansy, I am not doing any free readings in this particular live tonight. Yeah, I think this is going to put you at a bit of a crossroads. Yeah, okay. That's to be expected. That's to be expected. You're saying, I had a feeling and I wasn't sure if this was worth fighting for. There have been a lot of toxic dynamics. That's why that devil card came out when we first shuffled. Alrighty, let's see. You're going to heal from this. Yes. Now, you may be a bit stumped, is what I heard. You may be a bit stumped for a minute. Like, which way do I go? Do I go left or right? You know, you might have and I'm hearing it's not going to be long, a little brief time where you feel like, I don't know what direction to go in. And Spirit is saying, well, I'm hearing a couple of messages actually. You may end up, so in other words, don't discount something that's less traditional. A path that you find in front of you that is less traditional. Whatever that might mean, I have no idea what kind of field of work you're talking about here. Because you may feel it is a bit risky. And you'll probably, well, no, wait a minute. Hold on here. You'll just be reluctant. Yeah, you'll be reluctant to surrender to this, whatever this thing is that's going to be laid out in front of you. Because you're still probably hurting over this last situation here. Where the tower was. You know, still trying to recover from that. But recover you will. Yeah. Yeah, you just, you know, you're just going to feel like a little bit left out in the cold there. Yeah, feeling like the wounded warrior. And then something comes in. Yeah, I know all of that. So really, the advice is, don't get up in your head about it. Don't self-sabotage yourself about it. Be sure you keep that noggin clear thinking and judicious on how you're thinking about all this. And keep focused on your hopes. Keep focused on what you want out of this. And I'm a big proponent of law of attraction here, Jennifer. So if you're not already aware, you know, I would start practicing affirmations and that kind of thing. Educate yourself. I like Abraham Hicks, so watch a bunch of Abraham Hicks videos, and she's got a lot of techniques. So start telling the story like you want it to be in the end. Like, I have the best job in the world. I make so much more money than I could ever dream. I have the best bosses, and the people I work with are amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. Spirit knew exactly what my dream job was. Spirit knew exactly the path that needed to come to me. Spirit, thank you for laying that out in front of me like a red carpet, because Spirit knows. And thank you for all the abundance that's coming to me, abundance of opportunities. Thank you for the abundance of time and energy to do my new job. Thank you for the abundance of new relationships that I have in my new situation. Tell it like that, so that you will create, you know, whatever that situation is will find you. In other words, that's why they call it law of attraction. It will find you. A new situation will find you that way. So I would highly recommend that, because I give homework here on my channel. Okay, Jennifer, well, that's what I have for you. And you got the heads up. You got the heads up. I think that's what's going to be going on for you. You are very, very welcome, Dana. Thank you for purchasing a reading. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate that. I do, because without y'all, there'd be no reason for me to be here. There really wouldn't. Woo. All right. Now, let me see here one second. I'm guessing Mish had to scoot. So, Cherie, looks like you are my only moderator left here. Left standing, thank you. Thank you, Cherie. I appreciate you being here, helping out here. And I think that is all of my mini reads that have been paid for, unless I missed one that came across. I don't. So if anybody has paid for a reading and not gotten it yet, please let me know that. Oh, thank you, Trish. I had a feeling. She had told me that earlier today. We were communicating, messaging back and forth, and she had said she had something to do tonight, and so I kind of thought that might be it. Thank you, though, for confirming that for me. Well, all right. Yes, well, excuse me. I think I'm just going to hop off here, guys. I really think I need to go make myself some tea and maybe get a lozenge for my throat tonight. Yikes. So I'm going to say thank you. Make it an early evening tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Wishing everybody a happy Memorial Day for those of you who celebrate it. And depending on how I feel, I was thinking I might be back tomorrow, but I don't know. It depends on how I feel. We will see. We will see. Yes, Trish, I normally take a packet of that every day, and I didn't do it yesterday and today, so I'm going to go do that right now, actually. So, well, Empress, I'm sorry you're here late, but you know, I'm here 2 or 3 times a week, so you'll catch me again. Just be sure your notifications are turned on. Oh, yes, I'm Scorpio. Well, if you're just getting here, you probably want to rewind, Empress, all the way back to the beginning where, so you can see the Scorpio reading I did at the very beginning. That may be relative to you and your story. So, thank you, guys. I very much appreciate everybody who bought a reading, who came here just to chat and hang out with us. To all my moderators, I thank each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys soon. Happy weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Take care.